Hola, hola. My name is Ramon, cosmetic formulator, esthetician, and Korean sunscreen fanatic. And as the title of the video suggests, today we are here to talk about a sunscreen I have previously reviewed on the channel, a former favorite, the Access Y Complete No Stress Physical Sunscreen. So the tea on this was, I actually really enjoyed this. I'll have the card again linked up here for the original video. But this was a mineral sunscreen, and a lot of people had questions about it because confirmed by the brand prior to the product being pulled from shelves, this had a really low percentage of zinc oxide. I don't remember. It's all in the original video because I had to DM the brand to ask them. And then coincidentally, when every other brand pulled product from shelves, they did as well, but they also had an issue keeping a lot of products in stock at the time. And then recently, I don't know when, this did relaunch with a new reformulation. This was made by Colmar, which every single Korean sunscreen that's been relaunched pretty much has been through Colmar. And this is still a physical sunscreen, but with a little bit of a different formulation. As the packaging does say, a physical sunscreen, mineral-only filters. It protects from UVA and UVB rays while providing beneficial properties of skin-loving ingredients for an everyday, no-stress life. This is SPF 50 PA4+. They do specify on all their merchant websites and their Instagram that this is ISO, which is like the sunscreen testing that all sunscreens should go through. ISO certified at SPF 50+, PA4+. I can't find specific ratings, like if they've submitted the actual results. Can't find those anywhere. But they say it's certified SPF 50+, PA4+. So, and then this does feature mugwort, niacinamide at 2%, and squalane, as well as their 6+1+1 advanced formula, which I'll get into later. So looking at the claims for this right now on YesStyle, this retails for about $20, and they say this is a cruelty-free physical sunscreen that uses zinc oxide and titanium dioxide as UV blockers, and it's free from artificial colorants, mineral oils, fragrances, and parabens. It's infused with green tea extract and plant-derived squalane to help soothe skin. I don't know about green tea, but this does have mugwort in it. And it also has niacinamide at 2% specifically, which they have here on the front of the packaging. And the main intention for this is it's to give you some protection, help to soothe the skin, and help to protect the skin as well. I'll get more into the formulation points of the sunscreen later on in the video, but to explain how I do my reviews for mineral sunscreens, I use my 4B testing rubric where I talk about beard, beading, beat, and brown skin friendly. How does it wear in facial hair, hairline, eyebrows? How does it work with other skincare? Does it play nice? How does it affect makeup application and makeup wear throughout the day? And is there a white cast? And to what degree? I'll have timestamps for everything as always in the little description box down below so you can choose where you want to start watching the video, but let's get into the application. As for all my videos, I always weigh out and measure how much sunscreen I wear using my little scale, and I apply that to half my face, let it sit in for 5 minutes so that you can see without and with sunscreen the intensity of the white cast if there is any, and then I apply to the rest of my face as well. As you can see on screen, I take this and I apply it on my face, and I mean, it's a mineral sunscreen. It goes on very white, and I have to really work it in to get it to work into my skin. The texture for this though, it's very lightweight, a very elegant texture, and I find I don't have an issue with it feeling very heavy on the skin, and it works in easily for the most part in terms of the texture not being heavy. This isn't greasy. The original formula I remember being very oily skin friendly, and if you go to the Access Y website, they specifically say this is for any skin type, but specifically highlight acne prone skin, and that this is targeted towards those with acne or oily skin, and this is intended to feel lightweight. And I can confirm for the most part all those are accurate. I don't feel this is going to be detrimental to anyone with oily skin. I feel like it's a very elegant texture that's not greasy. That's just me. I always say these things and people always have a lot of things to say in the comments. But for the most part, if you look after the 5 minutes of the initial half face footage, I think this does have a little bit of a tone up effect. Very subtle on me. I'm a Fenty 290. I'm very in the middle, but I think this does have a tone up on deeper skin tones. I can vouch this most likely is going to leave a white cast. So unless you're looking for a tone up sunscreen, maybe not the best option. Getting to my 4 Bs, how this wore and how I experienced it. The first B, beard, how it wears in facial hair, hairline, eyebrows. I think you can see it right now. If I do a little side to side, it's in my facial hair. It's definitely, it leaves a halo of cast here especially, and it's in my eyebrows and it's in my hairline. It does cling onto facial hair. I couldn't cover that up easily. Second B is beading, how it works with other skincare underneath. Does it play nice? Does it pill up? No issues with that. I really like the texture of this. Again, I think it's very lightweight, like the brand does say. I use this as a moisturizer just because I have oily skin. It's hot outside, it's muggy. So this is what I use as generally my only skincare step. And I think it is lightweight. It does moisturize in a lightweight way without being too heavy. And if you wear moisturizer underneath though, it doesn't pill up. It does not have any weird texture issues. I put this over a couple layers of moisturizer today actually, and no issues. And it's super lightweight, not shiny, not greasy, no pilling. For makeup, how it affects makeup application, Obviously, I have makeup on top of it right now. My skin's matte. My skin's poreless. My skin is flawless, low-key. And I think part of that has to do with, there is a little bit of a silicone texture to this. It's not like a primer silicone texture, but definitely to have a little bit more elegance and to make it lightweight. This does have a really nice smooth texture to it that I feel like kind of blurs pores a little bit. My makeup looks flawless. You can see if I look down, I do have creasing on my eyelids, but literally everything does that. But my under eyes look very smooth, no weird creasing issues, and overall no texture issues. My makeup went on perfectly on top of this, and definitely I think this is a really good sunscreen specifically for makeup prep. So if you want a mineral sunscreen that's lightweight for oily skin, you don't want a white cast, but you wear makeup on top of it, this could be a good option for you because the white cast doesn't affect the makeup coloring, I find. And for the most part, I think it's a really beautiful primer. Brown skin friendly. Does this leave a white cast? Yes. To what degree? On me, subtle. I think if I do this the right way and work it in aggressively, this could be workable, but I'm not trying to do all that work. I'm not trying to do the most in the morning. So this isn't the most brown skin friendly, but what I will say is that Access Y, they're very transparent about that. On one of their Instagram posts I was looking through, they do specify the fact that this is a sunscreen that, as a mineral sunscreen, has the likelihood of leaving a white cast. And a lot of brands, they choose to just skirt around that and be like, this is invisible, this is transparent. Access Y, they at least keep it a little bit real. The formulation points around this and anything interesting about the actual sunscreen itself. So as I mentioned earlier in the front of the packaging, this does have mugwort, this does have niacinamide at 2%, and this does have squalane as like the ingredient highlights. And this does only feature zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, no chemical filters. This is alcohol, fragrance, and essential oil free as well. But that being said, this does have a smell to me. Just hear me out on this. This smells a little bit like this KY lube. That's just me though. But there is no actual fragrance or essential oil in here, so that has to come from one of the botanical extracts potentially. In terms of other ingredient highlights, this does have things like calendula extract, green tea extract, and vitamin E. You have adenosine and you have sunflower seed oil in this. And you also have allantoin. So a lot of things to help soothe the skin, help to promote skin barrier health. Niacinamide does a lot for the skin. So you're getting some antioxidant benefits from that and the tocopherol and some of the botanical extracts. You're also getting stuff to help regulate sebum production in this. So it's going to help to potentially regulate how much oil you produce throughout the day. And so overall, a really nice soothing or like skin benefiting formula, as the brand does point out. You have a really low amount of the Artemisia extract in this. That's the mugwort, like a really low percentage of that. So it's interesting that they really choose to highlight that. I would prefer to see that higher up if it's bigger in the marketing claims. But overall, it's a very soothing, skin nourishing ingredients list, nothing crazy. And I think this is a good contender for something that's good for sensitive skin. Going on the brand website though, and this is really interesting, they have, as I mentioned earlier, there's 6+1+1 thing. And what that is you have 6 ingredients they choose to highlight, which are generally more natural botanical extracts. So as I mentioned, calendula, grapeseed oil, green tea, chamomile, allantoin, squalane. And then 1 core ingredient, which is mugwort, which again, in here at a very low percentage, but maybe the mugwort itself, the actual extract is a lower percentage, whereas the overall like extraction method, the medium that it's in here at a higher percentage. That could be potential. And then this also has something called Syncol, which is related to a peptide. There's a peptide in here called palmitoyl tripeptide 5, which has some benefits around skin firming, skin texture related stuff, but I'm always weird when it comes to peptides, so I don't necessarily look for that. So yeah, all things considered, this is a sunscreen I think is intended for those who have normal to oily skin, combination skin, or want something that's super lightweight that could help potentially with like sebum regulation, or if you have acne prone skin, I think this is a really good option. Maybe even if you have sensitive or sensitized skin, like irritated skin, this could be a really good option for use, considering that there's minimal irritants in this. It's a mineral only formulation and it has good ingredients to really help soothe the skin, I find. That being said, do that with the intention that you will potentially have a white cast. To what degree, it's dependent on your skin tone, but I have a white cast on me and I'm very in the middle. But if you're gonna wear makeup, I think this is a great primer. This wears beautifully under makeup and that's a huge pro as well, I think. But always remember white cast, especially if you have facial hair, this will cling to your facial hair and get in your hairline. So you might have to work around that. But that being said, there's a lot of products from Access Y that I really do like. They have their dual-sided moisturizer, or one side's a gel, one side's more of like a balm texture. Amazing. Their niacinamide glow serum is really, really amazing as well. Let me know down below in the comments section. Have you tried this? Is your experience the same as mine? Let me know. But also, what other Korean mineral sunscreens have you been loving, or do you think I should try? I have a few that I recently bought from Korea. I will be reviewing on the channel as well. So sound off in the comments section. Do not forget to hit that subscribe button and notification bell so that you know when I post more skincare, sunscreen, and fancy related content on my channel. Give it a thumbs up, and thanks for watching, guys. Bye.